So Radio.
Trifecta.
Keep speaking in metaphorical tone to win a war that can't be won. I'm dreaming that one day your warm embrace will finally be enough to save. What do you see when I shift in my skin? When I can't break out, still you get in. How do you always know how to make it right when the serotonin is low? Why do I only fight every single time you believe that I don't fall? How did you find the key to my head when I destroyed the lie to begin with? Keep telling stories of a place where all the grays they have no shade. Keep dreaming of the morning sun while I'm a prisoner to hell. You never falter, look at where it won. Heaven with my salvation and ignited burns the sun. Never promised myself I'd be free. I thought peace was a big new dreams. How do you always know how to make it right when the serotonin is low? Why do I only fight every single time you believe that I don't fall? How did you find the key to my head when I destroyed the lie to begin with? How do you always know how to make it right when the serotonin is low? Why do I only fight every single time you believe that I don't fall? How did you find the key to my head when I destroyed the lie to begin with? How did you find the key to my head when I destroyed the lie to begin with?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Rage Radio here on ISO.FM. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Rager, aka Diego Juarez. I'm your monthly dose of anything metal, hardcore, emo, weird, sad, shit that you're not listening to on a daily basis that I'm trying my best to get you onto. I said at the end of my last episode I was going to be having a very special guest this episode. She is one of my new favorite vocalists of one of my new favorite bands. They've been around for quite a while, but at the time of this recording, they are set to release their debut LP, Infinite Void, in about a week and a half, as well as they're going to be going on tour, probably at the time this episode airs. I'm very excited to welcome Sierra Binondo. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yeah, that's it.
Sierra Binondo to Rage Radio. And yeah, just excited to finally talk to you face to face and have you here. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be doing this. You are awesome. We've been mutuals for a while, and like it's just good to be able to like sit down with you one on one, talk on your show.
Well, you're one of those people, I think, like with pulses as well, where they always say like, don't meet your heroes, or like people in bands aren't your friends. But I honestly think if we all lived in the same area, I would like 100%
We would
be
chill.
friends with you guys. Yeah,
Chill so
100%.
fucking hard.
Yeah.
Oh wait, can I cuss?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I should have laid that ground rule out. Yeah,
I
you can say
should've asked
anything
that
you want. I don't care. So yeah, as I just said, at the time of this recording, your album is coming out in about a week and a half. How fucking stoked are you on that? Are you nervous or are you excited or both?
I'm mostly nervous, but I am both. I'm very excited. I wish time would slow down, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like I'm very eager to see what people are going to say.
Well, it just seems like things are picking up so fast for you guys. Like you've had like people like who've heard it early saying it's album of the year material. You just finished another interview and you've been doing a ton lately.
Yeah.
Is that starting to get a little bit overwhelming, or are you kind of just like rolling with it?
So the press stuff, I love talking to people. So
Yeah.
that's actually like no sweat for me. What we are feeling overwhelmed by is the need to be extremely visible online
Mhm.
and on social media. And again, I love the social aspect of it and like connecting with people, but like TikTok after TikTok after TikTok.
I could never do that.
Honestly, like we never did it like this before.
Yeah.
Before September, we were not uploading like this, but we were just kind of like, all right, we got new music coming out. You don't have to play the game. You shouldn't
Yeah.
feel like you have to play the game, but we are playing the game. And
I mean, it's a bit harder for like post-hardcore bands and stuff because
right.
it's already a genre that's not super visible to the mainstream audience, or however you want to put it. So you kind of feel like you gotta play the game a little bit, but at least you've got like good friends and good connections and stuff who are helping like share all the shit constantly. So you're not like
Yeah.
alone in that regard. So
Totally. Like we are really lucky to have awesome community around us. So like no matter what, like just like seeing our friends and peers like reactions as we drop stuff, like that's everything. That really helps us keep going. for
well,
sure.
and I think like the hardcore, like the DIY community on Twitter, especially within like the last couple of years, has just grown. Like I've discovered
Yeah.
so many new bands and just come into contact with so many new people just through like a few main bands themselves. Like Nightlife, Pulses, the amount of people they share and stuff, they've gotten me onto so much stuff. And then like even with you guys, I discovered you because Pulses had put out their album, or they had just announced the track list for their most recent album. Wasn't supposed to be like this, and it was honesty, or I fuck it up each time. Featuring With Sales Ahead, or featuring Sarah Benondo, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check that out, check their band out. And I was in Japan at the time, and I first listened to the Garenge cover, the Demon Slayer thing, and I was like, oh man, this is fucking sick, and what a cool time to be listening to this song, because I was in Shibuya. And then I checked out Murder Mountain. Yeah, I know. Every time I mention Shibuya, I see you.
We got to do a
diving
separate
inside.
show where I interview you about Japan.
Tokyo,
and you
yeah.
just go.
But then I listened to Murder Mountain, and then I was hooked immediately, because I think you guys really bring like a refreshing sound to the post-hardcore genre. And like
you.
it's a genre that like I really need something to grab me. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like iffy about it. But yeah, you guys right away, not even just your voice, everyone like instrumentally, I think brings just a really good sound to the genre that I felt was missing for a while.
Oh, I'm so
And-
happy to hear that.
Well, and I've only been a fan since September, but even I can already tell that you guys have evolved so much, and like off the new singles you've put out and everything, because I haven't heard the album in full yet, so I'm just going on what I've heard. I can already tell you guys have evolved so much, and I've only been a fan since September, so I'm stoked for the people who've been with you since day one to see how much you've grown. And I'm assuming you feel mutual about it, but do you feel like you guys have really grown and this is like your magnum opus so far?
Yeah, so far I'm very, very scared for what we do after this, to be honest, due to the nature of Infinite Void. And the thing is, the positive is Infinite Void has a lot of variety on it. Even though there's an overarching like like sound to it. There's a lot of different tracks. Like some are like a little more laid back and more like Chon Trico like, and other tracks are like balls to the wall, like in your face, like breakdowns and shit like that. So like there's a lot of prog metal. So the truth is we could go in any direction after this, and it's just like where, how.
That's what keeps it so fresh and exciting, and that's why
Yeah.
I love bands like you guys and Pulses, because you aren't afraid to just do what you want in the genre. Like you're not just limiting yourself. And I've always been, maybe it's because I've been a DJ my whole life, but I've always been a big fan of like genre blends. So whenever people mix and mash like different things and make it sound good and not forced, I'm always like swooning over that shit. So I'm excited to finally hear the album. At the time people are listening to this, it will be out. So please go stream it right now. I'm sure it's album of the year material for me right now.
What if I fall? I feel it all. The earth cracks below. The fear of falling is all that I know. Fall. What if I fall? I feel it all. The force ebbs and flows. Hell goes from under to drag me in slow. I've never known another night without the tremors, without the cries. When it's here from the horror, we will watch with open eyes. Give myself to the earth. I'll give myself to the earth. A sacrifice for your sake. Your soul I will save. Fall. What if I fall? I feel it all. The earth cracks below. The fear of falling is all that I know. Fall. What if I fall? I feel it all. The force ebbs and flows. Hell goes from under to drag me in slow. Will I ever find peace again? Will I ever contain my friend? Caged up in my own skin. The end of the world begins. Will I ever find peace again? Will I ever contain my friend? The ocean complacent. The current of that fall. What if I fall? I feel it all. The earth cracks below. The fear of falling is all that I know. Fall. What if I fall? I feel it all. The force ebbs and flows. Hell goes from under to drag me in slow. The gallows echoes in my bones. The rapture spreads and takes its soul. No choice but to stay where we lie. The ground expires, this is goodbye. The gallows echoes in my bones. The rapture spreads and takes its soul. No choice but to stay where we lie. Your time has expired, goodbye.
So speaking of Pulses, I know this is a question you've been asked a lot, but you guys are obviously like best friends and everything. How did that come to be? Because you guys don't even live in like really the same area. So I want to know
No.
how that whole thing happened and how the Woodland Creatures basically became a thing.
in 2018, we went on a tour with our friends in the band Destination Dimension, and we were playing in the DMV for the first time, their area. Someone in a Facebook group was like, I had posted asking for bands to play with, and someone was like, hit up Pulses, tagged Pulses. Kevin chimed in, and we connected. So they hopped on our show on that tour, and we hit it off with them like pretty instantly. The vibes were just so great, so talented. Like that was, I mean, obviously like our favorite band that we played with on the tour. I was like supporting the gigs, and watching them, I was like, how are these guys like not playing everywhere? When we booked them, we went on to book them in Jersey months later. That was their first out of state show.
Wow.
And yeah, and so that was like 2018. Because they had played like a festival in West Virginia that Matt had like used to book, but like they don't really count it because they see it as it just being right there. But like, yeah, they traveled to New Jersey. That was their first out of state show. They stayed with me. We got breakfast in the morning. It was cute. So, then they were throwing a show the following January 2019. And they hit us up and they were like, yo, like, y'all did us a solid with Jersey. Like, we'd love to bring you back to Virginia to, like, send off the Bouquet era of our band. Do you want to play the Bouquet season finale? So we went down and played. And that night, we stayed up until 4 a.m. drinking, talking, and, like, playing Smash. And after the back and forth of gigging with each other a couple times, we were kind of like, we're friends for real now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So then, like, we took it upon, like, we went to them and, like, we were like, hey, like, we're planning tour for the year. Do you guys want to come on the road with us? And they were like, yeah. And that was like the Woodland Creatures run, like number one.
Yeah.
The way we decided the name, we both have animal mascots for our bands. So it was like trying to find a way to like tie that together. We like threw a bunch of names out there, like, and we did a couple internal group chat polls, and we landed on Woodland Creatures. And so, like, because that Woodland Creatures tour, the first one was so much fun, you know, like, it felt like life altering for us, like for both of us. So we were like, we got to do this again, and then we did it again and again
and again. Yeah. Well, somehow it's so like just the name Woodland Creatures is so fitting. I don't know why, but like it when I saw that and like after I'd listened to you guys for a while, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. They're Woodland Creatures. That I'm not gonna try and argue that at all. Now so I know you guys are gonna be focused on your new album and everything. Obviously, it's your baby. It's coming out. Have you guys ever thought about doing like a collab album with Pulses, like a Woodland Creatures album?
Yeah,
You've talked about it.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, you're looking a little sus there. I'm sure you've talked about it more than a few times.
It's yeah, we've talked about it. So like you know, we're both very busy bands.
Yeah.
But it's definitely in the back of our minds. You know, they've obviously got tour coming up and by the time this drops, like they will be leaving Virginia to go on.
And you guys will be on tour too. So
yeah. So it's hard with their schedules, but like, and then also like they also have like a myriad of really cool projects. Like in addition to, that's what I love about them. Like they drop an album and they're like, how many different ways can we give this new life? So you get like the remix albums, and then you get like, you know, they'll drop covers. They'll do one-off stuff. Like it's so sick, and they just continuously find new ways to like get people to connect with their music, like for months and even years after it drops. They're awesome like that. So
they have a very high output of material for sure.
Yeah, like I've only heard like a little bit of the things they've like talked about, like doing in like the near future, and it's like really cool shit. So. But as far as a collab album, can't really say, but we definitely talked about it. It's going to happen. I can't say when. I just think it'd be a good idea, not only because you guys are obviously super tight and your chemistry on any songs you work together is always, it's there. You can tell it's so organic and it just sounds amazing. But also I think
like collectives and stuff is something that's only like I only ever see it in hip hop and like EDM even. I think it'd be sick if you guys were like the first sort of like post-hardcore collective and it was like Woodland Creatures or like Pulses with Sales Ahead, maybe even Nightlife, just collective of artists like constantly working on things. Because I think with DIY music, it's just so much easier to pull off because you don't need to worry about labels fucking you over and stuff like that. So you can do what you want to do.
I'm a glutton for words, to that's a phrase. It's the gig in harmony I crave. Watch me unravel while I lose my eyes. Watch me unravel while I'm losing sight. Watch me unravel while I lose my eyes. I'm a first class case of constant disarray. I think I'd be better without knowing I'm whether too much of one or the other. It's so maddening. I think I should've known better, 'cause I'm not for the other. It feels so good to hear. It's like honey. Fire on all cylinders. There's an error in the fray. Failure to parse fiction from self-inflicted hate. Watch me unravel while I lose my eyes. Watch me unravel while I'm losing sight. Watch me unravel while I lose my eyes. I'm a first class case of constant disarray. I think I'd be better without knowing I'm whether too much of one or the other. It's so maddening. I think I should've known better, 'cause I'm not for the other. It feels so good to hear. It's like honey.
Just hit you with that mic. I was like this, and you jumped up on that. I was like, if I kept going,
What mic am I getting? And I was like, oh wait, Matt has that. Okay. Because I was just gonna be like, if they was on the ground, I'm just gonna get up there and be like, what the fuck?
So anime is obviously a big influence for you guys. I can tell in like the guitar tone and everything. And you cover Grange and stuff. What anime are you digging right now?
Right now, I've been going back and watching Haikyuu, which is
The volleyball one?
Yes, that's the volleyball one. Yeah, it's just so wholesome. What else? Trying to think. There is a Gundam anime that I started watching. I grew up with Wing. I rewatched Wing a few years ago. I've seen Origins. But there's so many that I haven't seen. And I think it's Gundam like Build Fighters. I'm checking.
Are you wearing the Gundam shoes right now?
I'm not wearing the Gundam shoes right now. Yeah, it's Build Fighters. Yeah, so I started that one. That one's really cool. What else? I have a long laundry list of things I still need to get to. No one can stop talking about Solo Leveling.
Oh, I love Solo Leveling.
You do?
It's so
Okay.
good.
It's good. Okay, that
I mean,
might
it's done now.
cement
The first
it.
season's done now, so you can binge it, right? So
Oh, great. I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about like simulcast shit. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
yeah,
But like obviously like in the back of my brain, I'm like, when are we getting new Demon Slayer? Oh wait, that's literally
that's coming.
next month.
That's coming soon. Yeah, yeah.
強くなれる
Speaking of tour, you guys are going to be going on a big, almost month-long tour this May. So basically in like a week from this episode. Are you excited? Like, is this your longest tour?
It is the longest one yet. Before this, the longest one we have ever done was in 2018. 11 days in a row, no off days. I don't know why I did that. It kind of got away from me, I guess, when I was booking the dates and I didn't even realize. This time, it's 12 shows.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the most we've ever done on a run, but it's 2 weeks because of all of the traveling.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We have never been away from home this long. It's a little scary, but like this is my dream. I'm so excited. What happens is at the end of every single tour, it's about a week. And we hit our stride the last 2 shows and we look at each other, we're like, we could keep going. I could keep doing it. I could go for another week. But no, then we have to go home.
Yeah.
Now we get that extra week and I'm really excited to see what happens.
See if that energy keeps up and stuff. So.
Yeah.
And like what I gotta ask, because you and Pulse have tweeted about this quite a bit. What the fuck is Buc-ee's?
Oh no, that's right. Because as a Canadian, you cannot
Yeah, we don't know what that is.
Cannot know. Okay, so Buc-ee's is a truck stop chain, like a super truck stop. Like imagine like
what's a super truck stop?
Well, so there's truck stops, which is like you park your truck. And you can go and you can get food and snacks and you fill up on gas. And, it's just like a regular convenience store, but like targeted at truckers.
Like a 7-Eleven for truckers?
Yeah, but with like a little more stuff. But Buc-ee's is like the Walmart of truck stops. And they're fucking massive.
Oh my
and
God.
The bathrooms are like cleaner than a surgical room. And I'm serious. The bathrooms are remarkable. As soon as you get down to the southwest, southeast, you have to go to
so
a Buc-ee's.
Wild. And like I'm from Saskatchewan, so we don't even have we barely have truck stops, like gas stations, like anywhere in this province. So like hearing about something like this is insane. Like you know the band Omerta?
Yes, I know of them.
So they played here in July, and I was talking to Gus, the vocalist, and he was like, he's like, we were driving here from like Winnipeg, and there was nothing. He's like, we were terrified. There was no hospitals, no Buc-ee's, no gas stations. I was like, what? What do you expect? Like, it's just prairie. It's flat. So hearing stuff like this is so fascinating to me as not only just a Canadian, but like a small city Canadian. It's wild. Like you guys are obsessed with the craziest stuff.
I think we're suckers for good branding and cute animal mascots. Well, that's the other thing. Bucky is a beaver, and he's a very good like it's just like the bit is good, and like you can get like beaver nuggets, which are they're kind of like a puffed like snack that comes in different flavors.
Like a pork rind almost like.
No, it's like I would say it's probably made of corn.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, and then the like the made to order food is actually really good. It's actually really good barbecue food, which is something like it's kind of like their Wawa, and Wawa is like our thing in like the tri-state.
Wow,
like,
what the fuck is a Wawa? That just hit me.
Wawa. So Wawa is kind of like our Buc-ee's but way smaller, and Wawa specializes in just like so it's convenience store stuff, but it's like sub sandwiches, like hoagies.
This is insane.
There's like so much. Honestly, like for as lame as America is, we have so much lore, and it's. I
love it. No, don't get me wrong. Like I'm clowning on it, but I love it. It's.
No, yeah, it's fun to just poke fun at it. It's just it can be so ridiculous.
Like I have family in California, and I go and visit them every once in a while. I've never seen a Buc-ee's or a Wawa. I just see like the
they don't have that
shit. No, so that's why even like 'cause I've been to the States quite a bit and I've never seen any of this. I'm scared.
Yeah, California just has good food.
Yeah. Good food and sun and
yeah, perfect weather.
Speaking of food, so this is a question that I usually ask at the very end of my things, but I'm really curious to hear what you say, so I want to get out of the way. If you can compare with sales ahead to a food and a drink, like a food and a drink pairing, what would it be and why?
I think it would be so. Oh, I wasn't prepared for this.
I
one.
know you wouldn't be.
I think you keep this down. Write this down for the future. Okay, so I think for the food, I want to say sushi. And I'll explain why. For the drink, oh my god, I was gonna say bubble tea, but not everybody
Oh.
drinks bubble tea.
But not everybody likes post-hardcore music.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, don't. Post-hardcore music does not get you hoes, but either boba or like there's another beloved drink that a with sales ahead drink that I'm not thinking of right now. But like I guess we all don't like drink the same stuff anyway, so maybe it is boba. Sushi is because like it's so colorful and like it's so filling and satisfying. Like even just like one little 8-piece roll gets you so much mileage.
Yeah.
Sushi is very special to us because when Santino had joined the band, he had never had sushi before in his life. He started eating sushi because of us. So our first weekender ever, we took him to a sushi restaurant, and that was like his first time trying it. So
Wow.
Ryan's vegan, but there's vegan sushi.
He's vegan sushi,
so that
yeah.
works. Yeah.
And
And then
I mean,
like bubble, yeah.
there's so much you could do with sushi too. Like so many stuff you could add to it and some stuff you could take away from it, so you can make it as creative as you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that answer. That's probably one of the, for it just being sprung on you, that's probably one of the most creative answers I've had so far.
Thank you.
I think Gustavo said horchata and bath salts.
Horchata's good.
Yeah,
That's
but
salt
I
I
don't-
haven't had yet.
Yeah,
so.
no, me neither. I've been meaning to try it, but
Yeah, you know.
Iris EXE said white monster and hot Cheetos.
That's an excellent answer. I
Mhm.
love that so
Yeah,
much.
well, that it somehow makes sense with her music, but
Yeah. I had Cheetos for the first time last year.
like just
time in
plain
my-
Cheetos.
Entire life. I had never, maybe I had them as a kid and hated it, but like I just like, I didn't remember. I feel like I would have loved them if I had them as a kid, because then I had them last year and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
what have I been holding myself back
what
from
I've
my
been
entire
missing out
life?
on. Yeah. this is a cliche question, but it's one I got to ask because I'm also very curious to hear your answer. What is your like dream collab? Like, it doesn't even have to be music wise. It could be like a director for a music video. It could be a fashion artist or something. I'm assuming you'll pick music wise, but like, what is your dream collab for with Sales Ahead?
My dream would be to work with Makoto Shinkai and do the soundtrack of a Makoto Shinkai movie. Like,
I don't know if I'm
hands
100% familiar with his work.
down. The movie Your Name,
Oh, okay.
Kimi no Nawa, yeah. And he's also done Suzume and Weathering with You. Because I love, like, because of his movies, that introduced me to Rad Wimps, that the J-Rock band, and it would just be so cool to do the soundtrack to a movie. Also, like, I want to do a video game too.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what that looks like yet. I just know that I think we could kill it on like a video game soundtrack, the way Anamanaguchi is known for doing.
Oh,
Scott
yeah.
Pilgrim.
Would you ever want to do like voiceover work yourself for like a video game?
I would totally do it. I'm not a very good actor, but I would totally be down if anyone asked me. I like instant yes.
At least voice work is like, I think it's easier to pull off than just like flat out acting. But not that it's an easy job at all. But I think it's just
At least you don't have to worry as much about
Yeah.
like you should to help with the delivery,
Yeah.
but you don't have to like worry about like the entirety of you being
acting
like,
and,
yeah, exactly.
So you guys are from New Jersey. What's like the music scene down there? I
It's
don't
been-
hear of
It's struggling right now.
it's
Because all of our venues are like gone. So when I was coming up in music, like all of us when we were like younger and we were just getting into like scene music and stuff, the scene was thriving like crazy. And like VFWs, fire halls, like Elks Lodges, like you could, like in addition to the venues that we had, you could play so many different places. People actually went out in droves to shows. Like they're like Ocean County, where me, Joe, and Santino are from, we were known for having a really vibrant like metal scene.
Yeah.
And so kids would show up in the fucking hundreds to these shows. And just over time, like a lot of those places started denying like bookings for gigs like that. And then we like had to rely on venues, and then those venues closed. The pandemic obviously like cleared a bunch. Like the spot that was like our local like hometown digs was like literally like bulldozed to the ground just like a year and a half ago. Yeah, it's depressing. And then like whatever's left is either like I'm gonna say something positive soon, but the thing is like Asbury is where we say that we're from a lot, and like we love Asbury, like love playing in Asbury. The thing about Asbury is like it can be hard to get a gig at most of the venues unless you are a certain kind of band, like a certain sound. Like they will book like bands that like are like indie rock, like
Yep.
like straight up classic rock. But when it comes to like punk gets in more, I will say, in emo, but like hardcore bands, like anything like heavier music, scram shit, like it's pulling teeth.
Yeah.
And a lot of those venues have a preference. They have a clear preference for what they want to book. And like what stinks is like we're friends with all those bands regardless, all the Asbury bands, like a lot of bands in different pockets of the scene in Jersey. Like we all support each other, and like
Yeah.
the camaraderie between like all the musicians in the state is very good. Like there's so many talented bands in this state right now. It's crazy, but like we have nowhere to play because like a lot of businesses just don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah.
And then like venues, I don't know. It's just so weird. Like this, like House of Independence is like the hot topic right now. They were bought out by a promoter that does like a venue in Connecticut, and they're pretty much going to do more or less the same stuff, but everyone's very scared that they're going to do like pay to play.
Yeah.
Which is something that had been eliminated for a while. Like no one really had to deal with that. And it's like, now there's a prospect of that having again. So we're hoping very much that that is not the case.
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
what it's looking like right now.
You think with like, because like stuff like new metal and stuff has had such a resurgence and everything, you would hope that a lot of that would carry over to like the hardcore scene, and people would be more willing to do shit like that. But I think people are still focused a lot on like emo nights and stuff like that, rather than sort of bring in like, you know, hardcore nights or even just more hardcore bands and everything, because for some reason it doesn't sell.
I know, but like Right, that's what they think, but like you need to just put these shows on and see for yourself.
Yeah.
Like up to them, like y'all just need to. Those people just need to do it and see, because like people are hungry to go to shows,
Yeah.
and when they're pushed, like people find them and they pull through.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people want to go to more shows and check out music, but like the methods that exist for discovery right now are terrible, and like it's on the listener and the artist to like do the work. So like with all of us being tired and like, you know, social media already like sucks our brains dry
Yeah,
so
the brain
much.
rot.
Like the brain rot is
Yeah.
like, where do you start? So,
Yeah.
you know.
Stop filling my lungs with toxic gas. I'm begging you, just try to relax. I get caught up, force feed you my guts. Still your mouth erupts with poisonous bile. Don't wanna fight, no throw. Slowly corrodes down when you shout. You never study, no, never get better, no. Don't wanna fight, no throw. Slowly corrodes down when you shout. You never study, no, never get better, no. I'm not meant to hide, but I'll get a little more vile if that's what you give to me. I'll crack my spine, not this way 'cause I wanna be. Not next, save frozen tears. Not manifest, it doesn't venom. Don't wanna fight, no throw. Slowly corrodes down when you shout. You never study, no, never get better, no. Don't wanna fight, no throw. Slowly corrodes down when you shout. You never study, no, never get better, no. For the 100th time, will you refuse to be kind? To cry your anger, or let your conscience expire? For the 1,000th time, will you stutter the words? Let your neurons free, my patience will encase. For the 100th time, will you refuse to be kind? To cry your anger, or let your conscience expire? For the 1,000th time, will you stutter the words? Let your neurons free, my patience will encase. I'm not meant to hide, but I'll get a little more vile if that's what you give to me. I'll crack my spine. I'm not meant to hide, but I'll get a little more vile if that's what you give to me. I'll crack my spine. I'm not meant to, yeah, I'm alive, but I'll get a little more vile if that's what you give to me. I'll crack my spine.
What do you think is your favorite track on the album, and why? I know you probably have more than one answer in your head, but you got to pick one.
I know, because all of them serve really different purposes. And like what's been hard is like I've been making it a point like in interviews to not pick any of the singles we've released as like my favorite, because like I love those songs so much. But off the album otherwise, favorite track has to be Oblivion. I think that a lot of people are going to be really surprised by it, because it's that arguably the heaviest track on the record. it sounds like nothing we've ever done before, but like I hear it and I'm like, yeah, this makes sense that this is a Sales Ahead track. Like this, like we can do this now.
Now, in terms
And-
of in terms
yeah.
of when you guys, you didn't announce a track list, but you had like a list of the songs. You're like, this is the epic power metal one. This is the anime inspired one. Which is this song?
So this one is with Mars Volta ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that one.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
hearing that.
Thank you.
And I mean, you guys, at the time we were recording this, you were dropping another single in like 2 days, in a day and a half. It's like midnight tomorrow. I think you're dropping it.
Yes, What If I Fall?
Yeah. Which song is that on the album?
That is, oh my gosh.
That the sad
So
one?
that is track 9. We do have the track listing out, but I forget what I said it was for that meme. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
We got to run. I'm just kidding.
So it's End of the World Prague. That is
Oh yeah.
What If I Fall.
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds crushing.
It went pretty hard at the show on Friday. A lot of people really digging that one because it's like it's just like it's unrelenting energy. It's like you'll see, like it's just like bow 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 from the second it starts.
Pow, pow, pow. It sounds like a
Pow, pow,
fucking
pow.
Waka Flocka Mad Libs.
It might be through osmosis. I don't know.
Our people cries.
So yeah, that about wraps up this episode. I'm really excited for people to hear the album. I'm excited to hear the album. Again, by the time this episode comes out, the album already been out, so I hope people are streaming it. If not, please go stream it right now. Go order merch. Go order CDs. If you are listening in the States, they're about to go on tour. Go to their Instagram at With Sales Ahead and find out their tour dates. Where else can people find you on socials?
You can also find us on Twitter at With Sales Ahead, same as TikTok. Same handle. We got really lucky. We're still on Facebook. I don't know. Sometimes you post there, you get a couple people that are like,
The
hey.
old person platform.
Yeah. And we're on Twitch as well. We've been trying to stream once a month. So you can follow us on Twitch also with Sales Ahead. And we'll be streaming like Smash every once in a while.
Well, and you yourself, you stream semi often on Twitch as well. So
Yes.
what is
Yeah.
your Twitch handle if people want to check out you playing Smash Brothers?
It is Sierra, SIERRA plus Ultra. I stream once a week on Tuesdays. I used to stream a lot more, but I've been focusing on band stuff.
Yeah.
But my personal social media is also that same handle at Sierra plus Ultra.
Is there anything you want to say to the people out there in the interwebs?
Well, I'd like to say thank you, Diego, for having me on the show. This
Yeah, no
was
problem.
awesome. So much fun.
I'm glad that you could be here. I'm glad we could finally talk. So
Yes. Yeah. If you are listening, thank you very much for your time. Please check out With Sales Ahead if you like guitar music, if you like post-hardcore. Our album is out now. It means a lot to us and we hold it very dear. If you have anxiety or, you always feel like the world is ending and everything sucks, it's a real good one for that. Please keep an eye out for our tour dates. Come out to a show. If we play at a city near you, we want to be one of the biggest bands in the world. So hopefully that, we'll be all over the place in the future. So we hope to meet you out at a gig one day.
well, if it's any indication of how things are going for you guys right now, I think you will be one of the biggest bands in the world. At least in the scene too. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, hope nothing for the best. So yeah, until next time, everybody, thank you for tuning in and listening. I will be back again next month, unfortunately without Sierra, but I will be back again. So until next time, goodbye and good night.